Hey everybody, it's Debbie with Debbie D Stamp Studio. Hope you're all having a great week and are ready for the 4th of July weekend. I cannot believe we are at the 4th of July already. Yeah, it's going to be a nice long weekend. So today I have chosen a bundle. The Many Mates stamp set is bundled with the Many Medallions dies. When I first saw this in the catalog, I thought, oh, that looks like it's going to be hard to work with. And then I thought, well, I'll never know if I don't get it and try it. And I love the stamp set. All the great sayings. It's got sayings for the outside of your card plus the inside. So always love those kind of sets. And these outline sayings are really fun because you can color them. And I'll show you that in just a little bit. So the Many Medallions dies, there are 4 dies. The big background die. This is perfect for a layer for your card, the 5 1/4 by 4. And another fun thing is that you can cut it down. There are also 3 strips that coordinate, so that is fun to use those together. And so here is what it looks like when it's cut. This is with Misty Moonlight. And when I cut this, it almost just fell out of the die. However, this is a good die to use your foam pad and your brush attachment for your take your pick tool. When this comes out of the Big Shot and your die is in there, then you just lay this on the foam and then roll the die brush over it, and that pokes out all those little tiny pieces. And after I did that, I only had like 2 or 3 little of the tiniest little dots that I needed to use the pokey end of my take your pick tool and poke those out. So it really is an amazing die. And with these more intricate ones, for whatever reason, I don't really know why, but I will use them on my die cutting machine face up. So you have your cutting plate on the bottom, your die, your paper on top, and then your next cutting plate. And I did run this one through and then back through, and it cuts really nicely. So like I said, for whatever reason, I don't really know why that works better, but it does with my machine. So you might want to try that, see how it works for you. And I do have a card to make for you, and then a couple of samples that I made to share with you. So let's go ahead and make our card. So I have Misty Moonlight, my favorite new in color. It's just so beautiful. I love it. It's a really, really nice shade of blue. And then I've paired it up with Soft Sea Foam. And I ran this one through the new Tasteful Textile embossing folder. And this just adds texture to it, almost like a paper towel look. But just really nice, a really nice effect on there. So that is going to go straight down to our card. And then I have another piece of Misty Moonlight and a piece of white. And then I have my die that I've cut down. And it's super easy to cut. I just used my snips and just cut right up all these little spaces and then trimmed off the edge. And so then you have a nice piece like this. So that is fun too, being able to trim that down and use different sizes. That's going to go on there. So let's go ahead and put this together, this part. I've got my stamp and seal. And then this is just going to go, this is the normal layer, the 5 1/4 by 4. Make sure that's straight. And then we can go ahead and layer this. That's the right one, yes. I have 2 pieces of white. I have one for stamping on. I wanted to make sure that I had the right one for my layer. Okay, so then we'll layer this one. And now the best way to glue this down would be to use the adhesive sheets, and I forgot about that. They're so new, I forgot about using them. So I'm going to use my silicone mat, my Tombow glue, and my sponge. But I did one of my samples once I remembered. I did make a sample and used the adhesive sheets, and it was awesome. So we'll just spread this out thin and dab some glue on the back here. And then layer that over our white. Okay, there we go. And now this we can put, let's see, how do I don't want it right in the middle. I always like to put it over to one side or the other. We'll just let that sit there for a minute while I think about that. And then I have a piece of white, and I'm going to use the Just Thinking of You sentiment from our Many Mates stamp set, and I'm going to stamp that with Misty Moonlight. And I'm going to do that same punch trick that we did yesterday. I have my Label Me Lovely punch, and I've already punched out a Misty Moonlight one, and we're going to layer the white over the top. And I knew I did that wrong. We want this one to be a little bit smaller so that we can layer that, because if I just punch it out, it will be the same size. So I'm going to put my words down toward the bottom and punch that out. And then I'm going to slide this back in. Oops. I dropped it. There we go. Hang on to this. Line that up so my words are centered, and punch that out. So now it will layer over the Misty Moonlight one. And we can go ahead and put that together. And the edges line up. And so we just have the Misty Moonlight at the top and the bottom. Okay, and that's going to go on here like that. So let's go ahead and put this down. And I'm going to put it over to the left-hand side since I have my saying, and I think I'll go ahead and use dimensionals to pop that up. Forgot to grab them. So it doesn't really matter. We don't have ribbon on here, so we'll just put a couple. And I'm going to line this up on the edge of the soft seafoam paper. And then make sure that's pretty straight there. And now I thought we don't have ribbon or any embellishment, so I thought we need to add some bling to this. So I grabbed the metallic pearls. I thought the silver pearls would look nice on there. So we're just going to add a few right in the center of the little design. Not in all of them, but you could go crazy and do that if you wanted to. Oops, I missed. My putty is crazy. There we go. And we're going to do one more up here. Okay. Give that a nice crease. And there you go, pretty simple card, but really nice effect with that die on there. Love that. So then I used the 3 single strips from the dies, these 3 pieces here, and this card I pretty much just copied out of the catalog. I changed it up a little bit. I used different colors, sticking with the Misty Moonlight and Soft Sea Foam. So these are each the individual strips that I cut out 3 different times, but I applied the adhesive sheet to the back of my cardstock before I cut it out. So when I glued these down, I just peeled that paper off the back and stuck it right down on my card, and it was great. Super easy. It is a little bit tight when you run your cardstock through your die cutting machine with that adhesive on the back, but like I said before, just run it through and then back through, and you shouldn't have any trouble with it cutting through that. So, and here is coloring in that outline. I used my blends, the Soft Sea Foam and Misty Moonlight, to color that in. I thought that really helped it pop. And then I had an idea of using the die cut as a stencil. So I cut it out with the thick Whisper White cardstock. And I did that just to kind of, so it would hold up longer. You could do it out of the regular white, or you could even do it out of copy paper, and then it would be thinner, and when you sponge over it, more of your design would show. But this is the effect that I got with using the thick Whisper White. And I just laid this on my cardstock, my white cardstock, used my sponge dauber, and just rubbed it all around. I didn't want the whole entire design on there. I just wanted part of it. And then I added the little Play with Patterns resin dots in the Coastal Cabana, and then colored in the day. And I got to tell you, we don't have a Stampin' Blend in Coastal Cabana, so I had to use my regular markers. Very spoiled with using the blends because they work a lot better, honestly. But for that little bit, just using the regular marker worked fine. So there is that. So that is it for Many Mates. Like I said, this is a bundle in the catalog, and when you purchase it as a bundle, you save 10%. And this bundle is $51.25, which with that right now, that would earn you a bonus days coupon. So that is fun. And bonus days are going on right now. With every $50 that you purchase, you'll earn a $5 bonus days coupon. And this will come to you through your email. And so you want to make sure you hang on to that email, because Stampin' Up! Won't have a record of it. And I won't either, unless you want to send me the email, and I'll hang on to it for you. And then beginning on August 4th, you can start to redeem those $5 coupons. And you can earn as many as you want. So as many $50 orders that you place, you will get coupons for. So that's always exciting and fun to know that you're going to have a discount in August. And let's see, I have my Quick and Cute coming up on Monday, July 13th. I have 11 to 1 and 6 to 8. We do 5 cards for $15. And I believe I'm going to limit that to 6 people per session so that we can social distance during the class. I think I have plenty of room for everyone to spread out. But if I get to a 7th person, I'm not going to kick you out. We can work it out. So looking forward to that. Looking forward to stamping with everyone again. Have a great 4th of July weekend, and I will see you next week. Thanks. Bye.